So I'm like listening to this shit, and I'm like just shocked, really, because you just don't know who you think are your friends. I mean, pretty certain missing loyalty has been around long enough to know what's going on, and you know, fucking disclaimer. I don't know all the audio in this video, but I am using it within the fair exact guidelines. And until Tom grows a pair and wants to face off with me on a panel, then I don't know why he's continuously fucking around.
And that used to put her in the bathroom with a balloon, and she'd have fun for hours.
I mean, I know
that was a joke that he said, and obviously Debbie doesn't have Down syndrome, so I don't even know why.
The Down syndrome, but I don't remember the. You talking about Cray Cray?
Yeah, that's the one that. Yeah, I don't talk to her, but I just thought that was really funny. I heard you say that one day. I thought that was hilarious.
What those people like to play. So, how would you describe your relationship, if there is any, with Maddie?
No, I have none. I'm very angry with her because she just could have told me the truth. She would hit me in the morning and she'd be like, "Bill, can you please help me?"
How about this? Here's another. I just, I mean, I don't get into that stuff.
I mean, come on, buddy. Give her a sister.
And I basically get, we try and stay away from drama if we can, but your name rang a bell. But when, like I was talking today when I was getting a coffee this morning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I figured you were gonna. I thought.
But my thinking on the whole thing is like, I'm pretty good. Well, other people are better at it than I am with just getting rid of people that are connected to these fucking kooks. And I don't want to. And I just couldn't believe that name rang a bell, but I didn't think it was like connected necessarily to anything negative.
Right.
And I just kind of assumed that by you being around and commenting as much as you do, that someone along the way would have caught this.
Right, I do comment whenever I get on any live. You know what I mean? I try to just say hi, because it's kind of hard.
But I have no problem with that at all, but I thought we were friends.
Like, I don't know. I feel like, in a way, I do feel like this is a way to make some type of friends. You know what I mean? If they can handle,
Now, were you ever connected to Tiffany out there in California?
No, I don't know any other Tiffany's.
How about this crime scene Louie?
No, I know she goes on there, SG's chat.
So
well, crime scene Louie isn't a she, that's a he.
I said hi. I don't. She's not my. I mean, we don't chat.
How about Ollie in Canada?
No, I don't know her. Is she the one that makes fun of? Is she the one that makes fun?
Yeah, she's the one that causes a lot of trouble with people.
Does she have the accent?
Dude, you're the one that asked her for bikini pictures, and when she wouldn't send them to you, harassed her daughter at work, self-admittedly.
Did she have the accent?
Yeah.
Where's that Amy? No, I don't watch them. I just hear, but I don't go after like that. You know what I mean? I don't follow in that type of drama. I don't want it back on me. You know what I mean?
Listen, Letty, you're a mod here. You know exactly what's going on.
I wanted to come back.
It's something about. I mean, I got an idea. I know why they do it. But I'm curious on your opinion. They refer to themselves as the chosen one community.
Yeah, and that doesn't make sense.
Because that's how we met. Now, you being the narcissist, egotistical fuck that you are, should feel some sort of, pride about that, but because you're a fucking douchebag, I don't know what you think.
It's to me because you started the chosen one community, and it just so happened to start in Detroit, correct?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, but it's you started it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just
a name. It seemed to be like, yeah, but it's still your name. You know what I mean?
And we have I'm not using. I don't even understand what.
You hear these different women and these different people say stuff like, not saying all the time, just different about how much money you make and how much you did this, but you did a lot of work and you got a lot of people a lot of stuff. You helped a lot of people eat. During COVID, you gave them clothes. Well, other people, you drove there. You drove there in the Astro van many times in the snow and the sleet. I mean, you were there for a lot of those women that
thought you weren't watching and didn't know it
needed you.
Well, it was like, it was like, minimum. Hey, Chris, I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, but you were helpful. I mean,
yeah, but I mean,
I'm not trying to. I'm not saying, hey, you're a god. You were helpful when they needed you, and they obviously they came back because they didn't mind giving us. Second or third interview, and they wanted people to know what was going on, and you were good enough to put it out there. I mean, it's true. I mean,
a lot of them are dead.
Every city's got them, and some of them are hidden. I mean, you never believe like there's 75-year-old men and 75-year-old women that are out there stuck on crack. That are barely, living in their house poor. They live in a nice house, but their house is empty because they.
What? Well, why don't you mention about they're dead.
Drug addicts.
Right.
It's just they're living on SFI. It's just crazy. I mean, drugs have really. I mean, growing up in the 80s, in school, they didn't tell us anything about what went on with opioids. They just said just say no to drugs. Okay, well, who the hell listens to adults when we're young? You know what I mean? We don't want to hear just say no.
It was Nancy Reagan's thing, yeah.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so if I was 16 in 84, that would have made you 9.
See Reagan, older lady, just say no, and then and I never tried anything hard. I
Yeah,
didn't
that
try
was
pot
during
until I
Iran
was like
Contra
17.
deal, and
Yeah, you're right.
so,
Right,
so
and
they had to come up with a distraction.
yeah, and then then they tried to say like Baltimore that around that time after they was just saying no, they would put on benches down in the city.
Yeah, and Baltimore looks like fucking hell now.
Baltimore, the city that reads. What? You know what I mean? Baltimore, the city that reads. Come on, man.
Well, they had a great science museum there. What do you mean, the city that reads? Why would you be like? Why would you say, "Oh, come on"? I mean, like, every city should read.
Like, yeah,
well, the 80s here, man, we were doing all kinds of cocaine.
right.
Well, she was 9.
Oh,
And
the
there was
Yankees.
cocaine in it. Yeah,
There was a
everybody
bunch
was
of
doing.
Yankee
I
pineapple
know.
Coke.
It was everywhere.
Louder there, right?
I really I can't even imagine that. Wait, Reagan was what, 80, 82? So that would have made you 7. I mean, like, what are you even talking about right here?
The good old days.
As Carrie Steller said, that is coming across as a truth seeker. It says that all the players in the drama community and you go to all their channels.
I just told you I know. You can check my thing and see who I'm subscribed to, can't you? Did you check my? I mean, aren't you able to check a page and see who they're subscribed? I don't know. I thought.
What does that bother you?
So it's good. But I've never been on Bobbles. I've never been on any of the
That's
Janelles,
not true.
Courtney's.
You have been on Bobbles. That's not true. You've been Bobbles.
I don't know any of them. I don't go to no Ollie's, Amy's. I listen to SG's, but I don't stay on the whole 5 hours. You know what I mean?
Well, he was this particular live stream of Tom's was 7 hours. So I'm missing loyalty. Missing loyalty. What the fuck is going on with this shit? Well, Miss Loyalty, I don't care where you go, but this guy is asking you about who you go to and stuff.
You know, I've never made a whole. I've never, unless I fell asleep. You know what I mean? And then you'll see no chat from me. But
No, but let me ask Carrie. Carrie,
honestly, I'm not on any other else.
No, you didn't miss a loyalty. But what I'm saying is that this guy's questioning you as if it's his right to talk about who and where you go to. And tonight he had my face in his thumbnail, and I tried to get up there to say, why is he using my face in his thumbnail? And his coward ass kicked me off the panel.
I would tell them.
Carrie's right. Carrie, what channels are you talking about? Other than the one we've already discussed.
Right, like Maddie and Sharon. I signed up to Bobbles one time, and that was when she had that. That's when she had that mega super chat where that lady was sending her all kinds of super chat money. Yeah. And then after that, I unsubscribed. I wasn't.
You should have asked him what his problem was with me.
No, watch that stuff about, like, you know.
Yeah.
Suicide stuff, you know what I mean? I just don't. And the dogs, the dog medications, where she was. I heard about it. I just couldn't understand why somebody would feed allotted to their dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would somebody do that?
Exactly. Knowing that they're very hard to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
from a doctor.
you're exactly right.
Very, very, very hard. And you're going to give them to a dog to watch him peacefully pass away in how long? How many hours did it take for that dog? I don't know, but it took longer than it should have, I think. I didn't watch that part, but I just heard. I just make. To think that she would just take it into her hand. Instead of just taking it to the vet and say, I found this dog, he's very sick. Something just to get it out of its misery if you couldn't afford it.
Yeah, let me, I can tell you this, I believe you, but this is how the.
No, I know, everybody, I know.
But I want to, Carrie is coming across as being a truth seeker and letting me know things that he thinks would benefit the channel as far as honesty. Carrie,
now, Carrie also came over here and said, so apparently Carrie is,
Carrie, why is Carrie?
Now Penny goes, but understands SG.
Carrie, why is your channel only a week old?
Or mine?
No, Carrie, this person.
Okay.
Carrie, why is your channel only a week old? If you're telling the truth. I mean, you know all these people.
Exactly. You wouldn't have known me. I've been here since a long time. I've been here since
he was interviewing. What's your other screen name?
Before Maddie and Tom. Gerald had it.
What's your other screen name, Carrie?
Mine?
No, Carrie. This person bringing up all this stuff. This channel that this person's talking about, this Carrie Stellar MMA, is 1 week old.
Right. Because I would say
under a sign that is the truth. But why wouldn't you tell it under your real name? Why would you hide that?
Exactly. And why would she put her first name as Carrie? You know what I mean? It's just a week old.
She's a troll. That's what she is. She's a troll. She's using.
I think it's time for Carrie to go bye-bye.
Yeah, she's probably from one of those channels, and she made up a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna block you though, Carrie.
Yeah, she's here to cause trouble, I think.
Well, of course.
No, yeah,
we're having a nice chat with Miss Royalty. And
there's got about people that come in with fake names, don't get their names, and talk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They're a problem.
Who wants to do the honor?
Yep.
I will. Oh, I can't. I'm on the panel. I'll try. Maybe I can. There we go. Somebody got her.
Oh, they did? Bye-bye, Carrie.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Yep.
So you got
Yeah,
any?
come back is missing loyalty 3 or something stupid. Just spell it wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
Usually when people spell the name Carrie as Kerry, it's a guy.
Come back with me and go to all the channels you want to, Carrie, because I know how to write and talk, and people will know my writing. I know.
Mhm.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. Like, I don't know what doxing is. I found out what it was. Like, I guess that's when you pretend to be somebody else's name. That you pretend to be somebody else's family member's name. Is that what a dox is? I don't.
No, you tell people, you put out on the internet where people live.
Their
Oh,
address.
and it's that real name. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's okay, Miss Olympia. I'm just checking and I'm just seeing because it seems like he said himself that he has some kind of problem about me. But
With the
tonight
children.
I was his thumbmbnail. You noticed that, right?
Whatever.
Miss
I got
Olympia?
you. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. No. My honest to God, you were the first one, and I don't know why. But that your name, the chosen, it came up, and I thought, wow, that's really wild. Chosen. WON, wow, that's pretty cool. And then all of a sudden it was like something I was very interested in, women and men on the streets because of, drugs. And honestly, I was, I could have been there.
Yeah, I want to ask you this.
Any of us.
I've heard from a lot of these women that I've interviewed that they said they're never, ever going to feel the satisfaction
Never.
and happiness they had as they did when they were high. Is there any element of truth to that?
They're never going to feel.
They're never going to feel as good sober as they
happy
did when they were high on heroin.
No, that's not true.
You
I
don't think
don't think so. No,
You don't?
I don't think so. Because, I mean, yeah, I was happy for the first 6 months, before I realized that this was something that was not going to be able to go away by itself. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, and you had to do, and then I had to go from using it up my nose to privately by myself. I didn't ask any, and it was weird. I didn't ask anybody to help.
You didn't notice his thumbnail from tonight, Miss Olympia?
I wasn't around anybody, but when I chose to stick it, in whatever, I did it by myself. And that was also the dumbest thing I could have done, because then that only took a little bit, that took not as much up my nose as, I could use a little, and it got me so fucked up that I was like, wow, but I didn't realize I had, they were very small, deep, and hard to get. So my body didn't, I scarred myself up. I looked like.
You never heard me.
Yeah, and I was nowhere near happy like that. I was miserable every day. I couldn't save anything for the next morning. No matter how much money I would have had, I still couldn't save it. I couldn't even save anything. I just couldn't save it. It's just an addiction. I had to have it, and it was just it was one of the horriblest things. I mean, literally, I think the reason why I'm not with my son's father anymore. I mean, we're friends. Thank God, we can still.
Well, it's not about Maddie and Sharon. It's not about that. It's about fucking chosen one sitting there talking as if I'm some kind of kook.
We'll be friends. And it took a long time, for us to be apart. We went to jail, for violating probation for stupid stuff like, what do you call it? Holding, like possession and stuff like that. And then he went his way and I went my way, and he got his, life together, and I got my life together as much as I, could. And I'm happy the way that I am. I'm happy that I haven't felt the need to want to.
Like, you've never heard him say or me say the shit that he said about me and done.
See that stuff go back in the, needle, or feel that. And I tried it. That was the thing. The first that was, like I said, the first 5 years I was on the juice, I still tried the heroin every now and then, thinking, okay, well, I didn't do methadone, all weekend. I saved my take homes. Let's see if if I'm going to feel anything. And I wouldn't feel it, and I kept, I'd still try it. And I thought, man, that was
Yeah, but you're not like them when it comes to being a person with an addiction. You're a responsible person who is a responsible person who, takes care of your grandmother, and that I felt is a responsible person and a friend enough to have modded and stuff. So to go on there and talk to this person who has called, me a kook and said that I lied about cancer and stuff, as long as you're up there, you should have said, hey, by the way, where's those, right. But at the end of the day, I mean, why should he be questioning you if you come on my channel, or if you're a mod for my channel? You know what I'm saying?
to waste $80. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it all at once, but I'm just saying. And then finally, it just got to me. I said, Carol, you're going to keep trying to catch the buzz, and it's going to be the buzz that takes you out. Because if you're not feeling it, obviously the methadone has been in my system way too long, and it's blocking everything. It's just blocking it. So when it doesn't block it, that's probably when I would have got a high, and I would have just went right out.
Yeah.
So, and that's when I just stopped. And I would go downtown with a girlfriend of mine, and they were getting the stuff. This was probably like 4 years.
Right. I'm surprised. If I was you, I would have asked him, yeah, why? What does that matter? You know what I'm saying?
Ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, because I got punished from my clinic, and they took my stuff away for a month. So I had to take a cab, like not pay for it, but like with other people that were going to the same clinic every day. Yeah. And when you're going every single day with people that are going every day, it's still in their minds, they're still not done. Not all of them, but some of them aren't done either. So in the cab ride back, they'll be like, "Hey, can you drive me here?"
Because he's a liar and I'm not. That's why. And he says he doesn't believe in God and he's a pretentious fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't click. He did it because he wanted, timing was everything. It was to hurt somebody that had exactly missing loyalty. So you have nothing in common with this guy.
Here, even though they're not paying for the cab, medical insurances, it's still very easy to get caught up, in using, even though, you know what I mean? Because you're peer pressure.
I do.
So anyway, this one girl, she would go down and she'd get the Fetty or whatever, and she was on a lot of methadone, and she would do it, and she would get so retardedly high that I just couldn't understand it. And I was just thinking to myself, you're the same age as me, you're on the same thing, and you're just stoned out of your mind. And I just could never understand, but it's like
I don't know if he booted you or hi random.
I think yeah. You there, Robin? You hear me, Michelle?
Yeah. Yep.
Robin, you there?
Yeah. Right. Hello.
Hey, Robin. Yeah. Hey, Robin. Yeah. Did you ever fuck with any of these drugs?
Yes, I can hear you.
Did you ever fuck with any of these drugs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm boring. I never did a needle. I was never interested in horse. I mean, nose candy, done that. I smoked weed, but I don't know anything else. I've been around people who've done heroin, and they passed out in my house. They tried pissing on my wall, and I dragged them out and thrown them out in the street. when I was really surprised how many heroin addicts there were here. Really surprised. It's rural America, and what I realized moving out of the city, there's a lot more drugs in the country than there are in the city. It was really interesting.
Well, that's the thing, Miss Atlantic. These people are judgmental people. And I don't believe for a second what that Robin is saying, in my opinion. And that's cool, Miss Atlantic. It is. What's Tom's story that he thinks is going to help anybody? He has none.
Hey, but yeah, and what else? Math. I never done that. No, I'm a boring person. Just the regular, natural stuff. You know, microdot. I used to like that in the 70s, right? So I did some of that, but I like the psychotropics.
In the 70s, I mean, how old is this lady? Like, Robin, she don't look like she's old enough to be doing microdot in the 70s.
And, I'll drink my tequila once in a while.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Well, I'll have a margarita once in a while.
Salud.
Hi, Tex.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
I hitchhiked around the country, in the 70s, fresh out of high school, and
I mean, how old is that lady? She don't look old enough to be doing that shit. So I guess that's pretty good,
And I went down to Mexico, and I've been around a lot of different people, and in a few scary situations. So there were.
I mean, hitchhiking is just as risky as doing drugs, in my opinion. Like, yeah, but hitchhiking, like, I mean, that's another thing. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, I grew up in the time of after school specials when they, fucking told people about this shit and stuff,
Alert and
Right.
stay tuned in, to
What was going on? Yeah.
Yeah. And to the vibe of people. I mean, when you're hitching a ride, you have to
Oh, right.
sense somebody's vibe, and I'm pretty
Yep.
good at that. It's just people in general.
You're good at that? I bet you people who hitch rides with Ed Kemper and fucking Ted Bundy probably thought that too. Stephanie is the laughing lady. That's the laughing.
You want to have all your wits about you when you're around strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're glad you're not hitchhiking in Mexico now.
Oh, God.
I didn't hitchhike in Mexico.
But they're all dead, Miss Lansing. The majority of them.
I went down. I was living in Tucson. I went down to be an extra in a movie. So I was in Lucky Lady, that movie. Remember that movie?
No.
With Burt Reynolds and Liza Minnelli and Gene Hackman.
I never heard of it.
It was a rum runner movie, and so I got to sail on a 35-foot sailboat on the Sea of Cortez,
Oh, cool.
Anyway, but I'm at, I just turned 18. I just turned 18 when I went down there, like a couple days later. And
what is that noise? It sounds like somebody's like hacking.
And I met. I was at the market, so I'm wearing cutoffs. Remember cutoffs and a tank top. And I lived on. I was on the beach living on the beach for like I don't know, 3 weeks maybe, and so I was really copper in the sun. So I look really Native American, and and that really shows up, you know.
Is this lady like out of it? No, this person talking is Robin.
So, you know, and so I was at the Mercado one day, and all these women started throwing fruits and vegetables at me and pummeling me with fruits and vegetables, and I didn't realize. And so a woman,
That's called a drive-by fruiting.
she was dressed nice, and she goes, then she pulled me aside and she started speaking English to me. And I said, I don't speak enough Spanish. I don't know what they're saying. I didn't speak Mexican. You know, I spoke a little Spanish because from school, you know, I took Spanish in school. But so she said, they think you're here to take their men. And I went, oh my God, I felt
Oh
terrible.
my
I
God.
felt awful. And I went, and she goes, and I know you're not here for that reason. And so she said, this is what you should do. Just go buy a dress and, you know, and get some shoes. And so that's what I did. I bought a dress. You know, it's a Catholic country. I didn't realize, but it was a good experience, you know, to learn that.
See what you're talking about, like.
And then I met some crazy, you know, rich men, and there's a reason why, like, I don't have a lot of money. I could have been in the movies, but I wasn't interested in having sex with Hollywood men. I wasn't interested. I didn't know anything about sex. I mean, I just turned 18, and I wasn't about to give my.
That would make this lady like fucking. What?
My life up for, you know, a 40-year-old somebody.
Right. Girl, nasty. Yeah.
Nasty? A 40-year-old is nasty? Listen to these people.
And well, you know, I mean, you know, so anyway, but you know, these are things that I decided, and I didn't compromise on certain aspects of my life.
Right. Right.
Congratulations.
But you still had a good time, right?
You want to go pee pee?
Oh, an experience I'll never forget. I mean, sailing on the Sea of
Right.
Cortez and diving, and I met really good people too.
Right.
You know, I
That's
went
cool.
diving with the fishes and the manta rays and the sharks and the porpoises and.
No, Miss Loyalty, she thought that was you talking on there. This is some lady named Robin on Chosen Ones, like a couple of days ago.
Sailing. I mean, I love sailing. I love the water. So I love.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Can't take those memories away, huh?
I hope not. I mean,
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the same story for Stephanie at 66 because it's.
Ah, ha, ha. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's not going to be what you think either. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to flatter.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
like remember when MySpace started?
Yeah.
You know, when
Remember how
people
strict they
started-
were? Like you could only have like one account. They were real pricks.
To.
Yeah.
They want,
Oh, it is.
and they're stopping women from choosing what to do with your own body and your
Yep.
own life. It's so fucked up.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
Are
I
you
went
ready?
through a lot in the 70s. You know, you know, I was a lot. I was what? How old was I when an abortion became legal? I think I was in my 20s, right? So that and that's how short of a time to make a decision about your own life, whether you're raped, to make a decision to carry that, and everything that's been learned about like what happens to the fetus when you're under stress, when you take your vitamin.
What the hell is this woman even talking about?
When you're in a safe space, how much healthier things can be to be checked, every 3 months or whatever. I ended up like I opted not to abort, and I had twins, and I'm not married. I was having twins.
How Robin feels. I came into interactions with men where you verbally like person would say no, and it's like for whatever reason they just felt like I have no idea. Like I don't know what was, but a lot of times
It's sociopaths. It's a sociopath. It's a psychopathy. I mean,
well,
think
no,
they
I
can
also
just
think
take.
it's a
They don't know
competition
anything
thing.
about romance. They don't know
like-
how to have a relationship with
No,
anyone.
but yeah, no, that's all true.
Pleasure, period.
That's all true. But what are you doing with these kind of guys anyway?
No, it wasn't like we were on a date or
And why
anything.
are
This
they
was
here
just-
on the planet, Tom?
No, right? No, it sucks. I agree, but I still think it's like,
Well, it's the competition thing too. Like if they think that you're this pretty, like,
if you
I want-
told the same story about amusement rides, you would make it no kid wanting to go on a Ferris wheel because you think the cart was going to fall off.
No, I didn't say that at all. All we said,
Dude, you're talking about fucking if a cart fell off the Ferris wheel, that would be because somebody was negligent. So you see what I'm saying? Like a human being would have been negligent about the Ferris wheel. So if a human being attacks a woman, it's a human being. It's not like I mean, dude, why are you always comparing apples to oranges?
we said we didn't
I
say,
agree.
and I actually said before you started arguing, I said I've met a lot of nice men. Like
Give me some fucking numbers, percentages.
for my life,
Yeah.
I would say
I'll be back. Okay.
it's not a big percentage, but it happens.
Well, give me some goddamn numbers.
Okay,
And I'll decide that.
look, all right,
No,
okay.
what is he
Well,
talking about? He'll decide it. Fucking guy does interviews. People are dead within a month of it. I mean, really? Do they even think they're talking to a nice person?
I
All
would
the-
say. I
all
would say out of all of the men that I've came in contact with throughout my life, it was
Yeah.
probably only like 5% that were like
I think that's high, but I can live with it.
that. So like if 95% of men that I came in contact with, were,
No, I'm
it
not.
was just
Look, I'm not.
like that.
You're going to accuse me of being the devil's advocate. But
Well, 'cause
let me
you
just
are.
give you an example. I'll bet you fucking money that Stephanie's wasn't 5%. I bet it was like 1%, and even that wasn't as egregious as yours. Worst shit
What? Good guys, bad guys? What are you talking about?
she had because of her attitude was a guy brought a pack of dildos. Steph,
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
what do you think of Michelle's 5%?
I'm sorry, Tom, I missed it. Of what? 5%
Like
of,
guys like coming onto her that they didn't get the green light. I mean, in your sexual escapades when you were sexually active, I know I'm going back a while.
yes,
This fucking guy is so disrespectful, man.
yeah, haha.
But, yeah, how many guys came on you inappropriately and it was borderline rape? I bet hardly any.
Oh, borderline rape.
You'll bet hardly any. I mean, like,
Rape, never.
Thank you. There we go.
I mean,
I'm
that's
not saying this is true. I'm just saying, Michelle, your personality is kind of like submissive,
yes.
and
true.
Stephanie's is like you're getting your fucking skull cracked.
Well,
But that
yeah, I've
doesn't
been
make it
very
right.
lucky though.
It doesn't
I've
make
been
it-
lucky.
No,
Um,
I mean,
Don't, Stephanie,
you're justifying.
don't
You're
water it
justifying.
fucking down to lucky.
You're saying
I know, right, Random? And I mean, like, why don't they ask him the percentage of women that are still alive that he interviewed?
see, this is the problem here. You're saying because you have to be a certain personality type and then maybe it won't happen as much.
No,
but
no, I believe this 100%. I think that,
That's
that a
no,
submissive
no, it's not the woman's
persona
fault. It's
could be
never the,
misconstrued. I
if,
think even
if,
Robin would
if
agree
someone
with
says
that.
no, if someone says don't
No,
touch
that's
me,
different. Yeah,
if
no, I
somebody
get that.
says
I'm not
that,
talking about no.
but that's
I'm
what
talking about
that's what happened. Well, this is what happened in my scenario. So you can't rewrite what happened with me. So
I
I'm
mean,
just
are
saying,
you counting like walking by and a guy grabs your butt,
yeah,
you know, in a bar or
no,
something?
it grabs my leg.
Well, that's still inappropriate stuff. So perhaps what Stephanie thinks is inappropriate is different than what Michelle thinks is inappropriate.
In an airplane.
Okay,
You know, like they can just like cut, like do whatever, you know, like it just saying like, oh well, you know, you're dressed like that, like this
no,
and
man, that's a fucking criminal.
Yeah, that's when I know, you have to get to a point where you understand what's happening and you have to just say, dude, you know,
that. Right.
hands
Oh
off.
yeah.
But you
Oh
shouldn't
yeah.
have to
You
say
know,
that.
and
And
you
it just strikes me as
I understand what you're saying,
no, but it just
Michelle.
strikes me as odd that it ever got down to this.
It
There
is
should have been
odd.
like
Tom,
fucking clues
Tom,
up the fucking
it's
ass.
odd. It's odd. Right. You're exactly. It freaks me out, and it's odd, and it's rare. It's not the common. It was never the common, but there's people out there, and you can't deny that there's people out there who just
No, I
feel
don't deny
like
it. But
it's okay.
5%
Like,
to me,
Michelle likes moments with Michelle.
if there was 100 guys you fucked and you thought 5 of them were raping you, that's fucking high. And I can't help but deep down think
That's
you have
not what she said, dude. That ain't what she said. That ain't what she said, dude. But still, what's the percentage of people still alive after you fucking interviewed them?
something to do with that with vague signals.
Well,
I'm not
five,
fucking
yeah.
thinking rape is okay. I don't.
right.
No, but
It's
I
not.
mean, it's right. I mean, it's not like, you know, how people who get struck by lightning, I know someone who's been struck by lightning 3 times. It's like once you've been struck, you get struck again and again. I mean, I would hope that, you know, something, you know, you don't put off that vibe where that's a thing that
No, but
you
the
want
point
to do.
here is
I'm sure she's not wearing a fucking lightning rod on her head. I mean, these people are constantly comparing apples to oranges, and they're not even thinking about what a disgusting pig they're talking to.
is I'm not taking sides or making saying anybody's better than anybody else. To me, is a guy with a big giant pecker.
Oh my god, give it a rest,
vibe I
you
get from-
fucking tiny pecker motherfucker. Give it a rest. You're fucking impotent, dude. Give it a rest.
Stephanie, is that my brains would be coming out my ears.
They
vibe I
would with my 357.
The vibe I get with Michelle is like, am I misconstruing things here? I mean, I'd find out through Stephanie with the baseball bat and through Michelle with the police report.
So what are you saying, dude? That you're inappropriate and people would interpret whatever you do to them as offensive?
Well, like I
Big
said,
differences.
if you, the definition of sexual assault or rape is any unwanted
You can't
sexual.
rape. Hey, you can't rape the willing.
Exactly, but it's not rape. If you're willing and the other person's willing,
Right.
and it's all good, then it's all
That's
good.
right. It's not rape.
But if
And rape is violent also. So
But
if you're
also-
not
It's,
willing
it's
for
a violent
violence,
crime, not a sex. Yeah, but I don't totally believe that either. Because if it's violent, why are they having orgasms? Why are
Oh,
women getting abortion?
Oh my god. Oh my god. You don't know that that's a natural reaction to the body, and that's why so many men get away with things that they do, whether it be to boys or girls, or it's because they confuse them and make them think they like it. You're a sick fuck, Tom. I can't even believe these women. I know, right? Right, Random? He's a sick fuck, man.
From rape.
What? Wait, who's
They
having the orgasm?
claim that rape is a crime of violence, not sexual. I don't buy that.
Well, is it, you know,
Well, rape is usually violent because if
violent.
somebody's not
It's
wanting to
violent,
have
but it's
sex,
also,
it
but to
might
say
get
it's not a
violent.
sex crime is fucking nuts. Women
It's
get
also-
abortions.
Who
as a-
says it's not a sex crime? What is he talking about?
it's crime, right?
Okay, yeah,
And
so
you
it's
can
both.
be raped, but other than a dick, you know,
Right.
you can be raped. Look at the women in Sudan, you know,
Yeah, no,
being
right.
raped with guns, you know, with rifles. I mean, it's disgusting. What
So you're saying if it's not a penis, but it's an object? I mean, come on.
the cruelty of rape? It's cruel.
No, but I still, you guys are,
As a man,
you
no,
guys
no,
are
as-
talking in
so-
one conversation
so-
about casual dating and
No,
rape.
we weren't
And
talking about
it's two
casual dating.
different,
He was talking about rape
majorly
and
different.
sexual assault, and that's when all I mentioned was I've had that happen. I mean, I'm sure if you were a woman, there was some point in time during where you met these, and like you said, Tom, they're whatever. Like if it's not the normal, you're absolutely right. And I'm glad it's not, but it happens. So
No,
you
I
can't-
don't say that's happened. I just think this. If you had sex with 100 guys and you said 5 of them,
This guy is a fucking sick fuck, man. Where is your husband, Michelle?
rape you, I just think that's high.
Is that what you said, Michelle?
I don't think
No.
she did.
Yes, you did. You said
I said as far
5%.
as- I didn't say rape. I said like sexual assault, like unwanted.
Okay,
like-
sexual assault. Then.
okay.
I think that's high. And Stephanie said no to that.
Well,
And,
that's
and,
fine.
and there's
I mean,
nothing else left other than the vibes you gave off.
You're such a fucking douchebag. She's saying if a guy grabbed her ass or grabbed her inappropriately, she was offended. Stephanie, on the other hand, wasn't. It's what you feel is offensive. Don't it, Random? And then I tried to get on his panel tonight, Random, and he wouldn't let. He let me up there and then kicked me right off.
if you say no, if you say
Well,
don't do that, that's
Yeah, but
all
did you
have
say
to do.
no in all those 5 instances?
This is so rape.
Maybe this is the issue. Stephanie first said no.
You're saying that it's my fault. You're saying that I want.
Well,
it,
no, I'm
even
just
though-
saying that,
even though
that,
I
that you
communicated
unintentionally gave out
clearly,
vague signals.
No, don't stop.
Okay.
Apparently,
Dude,
because I have a vibe, it wasn't that bad. Like
No,
it
but if
probably
Stephanie
wasn't
had sex
that.
with the same 100 guys you did,
Maybe Stephanie isn't as attractive as Michelle. Who knows? I have no clue, Tom. Why are you talking about how a woman should feel? Exactly, Random, right? Wants to put my face as his thumbnail, but fucking don't want to face off with me.
and she
But it
claimed
didn't
only
happen,
one.
so that's a false scenario.
No, it's for the sake of argument and the vibes, the different personalities.
But it's an invalid
Like I
argument.
said, Stephanie's would be a baseball bat across my forehead. Yours would be a police report a week later.
So you're saying you're inappropriate, Tom?
It's okay. Both would be deserved. I mean, like if you're going around trying to rape, like and sexually assault
Well,
people,
see, you said, yeah, you said, you said rape. I mean, I don't,
What is up with these people?
uh, like I said, does that include if you're in a bar and some guy grabs your butt or
That's not
you're
rape, Stephanie. That's
right?
just-
So
It
I
is
mean,
that-
that
it is-
It's still sexually offensive.
things
assault,
like
though.
that has
but
happened
it's
to
aggressive.
me,
But
of course.
if it's aggressive,
And
and
was it-
it's unwanted,
was it wanted? Like just because you're at a
Well,
bar,
no,
doesn't
I
mean
mean,
that
you're
I-
walking
I-
by,
If
but
somebody ever did some fucking shit like that with the woman I was with, I'm just gonna take the fucking
Wouldn't you be
rap.
pissed?
and
Yeah,
Fucking A, I'm gonna do something about it and take
because
the.
there's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
wrong about that.
Bullshit, you are,
even admit it, like,
dude. You're a fucking idiot, loser. You ain't gonna do shit. You're a disrespectful fuck.
like there's not something right about if somebody's in a bar and they just
No, if
wear-
if a guy ever did that fucking shit, you were gonna get a fucking beer bottle busted across your face.
Sure,
Well,
buddy.
So there you go.
Well, it happened to me one time right in front of Eric, and I couldn't believe how like
No, I
nonchalant
would have
Eric was
fucking
about the whole
no. That would
situation.
not have ended the same fucking way.
I
No.
was freaking out like you wouldn't believe, and then I was like, you know, kind of nudging him like freaking say something, and he's just like looking out the plane
No,
window.
it's just like that. It's just like that.
Dude, is Eric your husband? He's letting you fucking sit here with this fucking dude every night. Give it a rest. What do you expect? He lets you be disrespected every day when you're on here.
Fucking Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. You think that goddamn fucking shit would have happened with Mike Tyson?
But I mean, yeah, like it's not
I don't
just
even know what
because
that
you're at a
means.
certain place or you're wearing something doesn't mean that. it's,
No, I
like,
agree. I
bad.
agree with you
It's just
100%.
like-
That's right.
But if you're,
There's some
I understand
guys.
where you're
There's
going
some
with it,
guys.
Tom.
Though.
Yeah, but
If
here's
you're
the
in
thing too.
the
Here's another thing too. What if you're both drunk? Then the lines get blurred.
Yeah, I mean, if one person's drunker than the other, too, like let's say one person has a couple of drinks and then one person's completely shit faced, that's not good either. It's just like how like if I went to a bar and I started talking to this guy and I was kind of into him and whatever, but I noticed he had like 20 drinks, I'm not gonna feel like okay to like, hey, let's go somewhere because you're clearly very intoxicated. You know what I mean? And that's a kind
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to get it up after 20 drinks. Are you kidding me?
I
know
mean,
where to draw the
I'll call you
line.
later or
Draw the
whatever.
line.
Yeah, but I'll bet you this, and you don't need to answer it. I bet you fucked guys sober that you wish you wouldn't
Oh my god.
have. You can't blame it all on alcohol. You've made bad decisions too.
You're the one who brought up
Most of
alcohol.
whatever decisions I made that I was like I was on something.
This fucking guy. What is up with these women that are up on this fucking Fruit Loops panel? This guy is a fucking Fruit Loop. He's a Fruit Loop.
Oh, you mean like high?
Well, when I was a teenager, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think all bets are off then.
With what?
Being high.
Right.
You're not like some vestal virgin that's getting her high.
But I was like 14, 15, and we just discussed another law, and they came
Holy
up with that
shit.
age, and they didn't come up with that age because they
Dude,
didn't come up
why are they not asking him the percentage of women that ended up dead after he fucking interviewed?
with that age just because either those ages. So
So what's the what's the
I think
word to the
I think
wise?
if you're a decent person, whatever, like you're gonna realize if you meet somebody, you know, whatever, and you guys are dating, like if someone's completely intoxicated and you're not, or
What kind of dumb shit is this? Like at their ages, they are not supposed to know all this shit already.
and you just have like a couple and you're just like, you know, but if you notice that like another person's falling over, I mean, you know,
So the whole thing really you're hanging your hat on is consent.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean you meet some like fucking Chippendale son of a bitch with a 9-inch cock. There's
I'm going, yes, yes.
there's no
All right,
complaint.
well there you go. Stephanie's a whore and Michelle isn't.
What's the fucking complaint? You fucked for 3 hours instead of 4?
You're a fucking weirdo, Tom. You shouldn't even have a platform. You shouldn't even have a platform, dude. You shouldn't even have a platform. You're a fucking weirdo. You are a fucking weirdo. You should not have a platform. You are a fucking complete and utter fucking predatory, in my opinion, weirdo. Fuck. You really are. There's something so wrong with you. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. This guy is fucking like out of his mind. Insane. The fuck is that whore always laughing about, man? Where is Michelle's husband every night?
Well, that's why you always go out with friends, because if you get too shit faced, your friends are there to take you home.
Right. Well, no, you're right. You're right. But like,
Yeah.
no, Stephanie, you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
But
but
like,
would you agree
Oh
with
yeah.
Okay, how about this, Michelle? This is for you. Would you agree there's a fine line between the circumstances when you're shit faced to getting fucked? That it can go either way.
Wait, what are you talking about? You dirty minded fucking pervert. I know, where is she? I don't even see her in his live stream at all.
You know the problem with this shit with women drinking and fucking around? I never had that shit happen. Not even like an allegation, not even close. Probably in listening to like you women, I'm probably fucking lucky.
You never had no allegation, not even close. I think the allegations for you, fucker, are that you interviewed a shitload of people that ended up dead. There's the allegations, fucker.
Yeah, because at the time it seemed like it was like
Then you
everything.
got this dumb bitch Stephanie giggling away because she's some fucking, I don't know, drunk. I don't know.
Great, and nothing ever happened. So, but when I hear these goddamn stories, I kind of wonder. But when you're out there, I understand no means no and rape and all this fucking bullshit.
All this
But I
fucking
mean,
bullshit. Listen to yourself. Dude, you want to put my face on your, I'm saying the irony of between him, secular, nitty, they're all fucking assholes.
what about the times
I think you don't
when you
understand
consented
because
that you weren't drunk
I
and it
think you.
wasn't rape? Who do you blame that on?
I think you don't understand because you're not this rapist person. I don't think you're that personality.
I know, but I don't.
So that's
No,
why you
I'm
don't
not.
understand.
I'm not.
Right,
Who do you blame it on?
Wait a sec, Michelle. Why are you licking his dick even though you're not close enough to? Like, what's your gig over there? What are you talking about? Because he ain't some kind of rapist guy. He's fucking. He's dirt. That guy's dirt. Michelle, why does your husband allow you to rub shoulders at all with this piece of shit? What's wrong with you?
The dicks you got, not drunk, that you wish you hadn't done later, but it didn't meet a criminal standard. Whose fucking fault's that?
None of your business. I'm sure your wife knows all about that. Spending years with some fucking douchebag that had a fucking centimeter sized impotent dick that was in the closet, didn't want to come out, and thought he was little virgin boy, little Mr. Baldy ass motherfucker, at his wedding wearing white because he's a fucking loser, and still a loser, always will be a loser, just a piece of living shit loser. And your hubby doesn't mind that you allow this loser with the kiss of death to fucking sit there and talk to you like you're some fucking whore, Michelle. That's what this guy's doing.
You're not taking any responsibility. You're acting like this guy takes the bait on a mini skirt.
You sound like a fucking pervert that is I can't even put into words how much I'm gonna fucking tear every fucking live stream you have apart. Because you felt like you were gonna use my face and your thumbnail and then boot me off the panel because you're a pussy motherfucker who thinks you're gonna fuck around. So you're gonna fuck around and you're gonna find out. And who are you gonna blame for that? What are you gonna blame? Your short mini skirt, motherfucker? Is that what you're gonna blame? Or that you're a stupid fuck? What are you gonna blame for that, motherfucker? Huh? Obviously, right, Randa? Either that or he's sticking his tool in some other shed.
Does this and does this and does that, and he's a criminal now.
No,
You've made bad
I
decisions
didn't
on
say
consensual
that. I
sex
didn't
too.
say
She's not
that.
saying that. She's
I'm
no.
not saying that. We're
How
talking
about this? How
about
about this? What do you call bad decisions on
bad
consensual
decisions.
sex, not under the influence? What would
Those
you
are
call
bad
that?
A bad
decisions.
decision.
Exactly.
A
Right.
bad
But we're
decision
not-
or
What would-
something you've never had. What do you call a man who won't come out of the closet and now won't move out of Marty's house? His wife wants him, Marty's wife wants you to get the fuck out of their fucking house. And now you're pulling the depression card. Huh, motherfucker? What do you call that, fucker?
Do you agree that it's
about?
a fine line sometimes?
No, there isn't a fine line. It's either very consensual and whatever, or it's very not consensual and it's bad.
Yeah, the very non-consensual I would consider rape.
Right.
What?
Right.
Okay, very non-consensual. Yeah. Oh, duh. Oh, would you? Wow. Okay, Einstein. The fuck are you talking about, douchebag? People don't have the right to reach out and grab somebody's ass while they're walking by. What are you even talking about, you stupid, old, perverted, motherfucking infantilism freak?
Sometimes
So, Tom,
sexual assault, rape. I mean, like sexual assault isn't rape, but
Yeah, it is.
you know.
right.
Yeah, it is.
So Tom, what about the guy who turns violent while he's performing sex?
Yeah, that's fucking no.
and-
It's total
and
crime.
there's it's something happens. There's
Yeah,
you
total
know
crime.
a switch goes
Total
off.
crime.
No, I wasn't deleting any comments behind the scenes. Hey, Pog. No, I wasn't. And I'll tell you what, I don't know who deletes comments from my shit. So whatever he's fucking saying here, he don't know who fucking deleted comments. Rachel Reed deleted her own fucking comments, okay? I didn't delete any comments. But then he also went at somebody for being a shitty mod because I believe it was Davi, because she didn't delete comments that were against them. It's called impotent. Random. That's what it is.
Total
Then
crime.
it becomes rape. It's not consensual anymore. Right?
Right.
Well, what do you
It's
mean by
very-
like violent? I mean, there's sometimes I thought I broke the headboard.
Dude, that's only from fucking bashing your own fucking head against it because you can't get it up. You are a fucking loser. You're a loser. Oh, hey, Pug. How come your buddy Tom wouldn't face off with me when I went up on his panel tonight, huh? How come, huh?
That's your head. That's why.
And there were no complaints.
That's why you are the way you are.
Is that a crime?
Never
Is that a
had
crime?
any no
We're not
complaints.
talking
Shut the fuck up. You complain about all the sex you've had, dude. You complain about it because it isn't with the right gender. Dude, stop it.
About the same thing.
No, we're not. That's what I'm trying to get at. This is this line that's like not definitive sometimes.
It's pretty definitive.
It's pretty definitive, buddy. There's no blurred lines. No means no.
Okay, well then explain to me when it goes from like this is awesome to I'm filing a police report.
Explain to
When you
me when it goes from somebody's been on the street for fucking years or doing what they do for years, and then they meet you and they're dead within a month. Explain to me what that fucking means. And this motherfucker goes, I wouldn't even care. I'd sleep like a baby. Explain that.
say no, stop, and they
No,
don't
no,
stop,
I get that. I get the no stop bit. No problem.
or
After that, let's talk about after that.
What? What? After that? What?
after
Yeah, well, I get the no thing. You say no. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be something seriously wrong with you to not get this. I'm talking about the times where you didn't say no, that you had a problem with it later after it happened. This is where it gets.
It was a bad decision. What are you fucking not getting on that? What's wrong with you, you fucking nasty old pervert motherfucker who's never been able to get it up?
Vague and weird, and the difference between another date and getting arraigned.
I think it becomes emotional, right?
That's the problem.
Well, and so you have to think about what just fucking happened. It's like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, but what would you consider? What would you define less than rape? That would.
What is wrong with this motherfucking weirdo? Is this what you're jerking off to, buddy? You sick fuck?
Was police report worthy?
I mean, I wouldn't probably think it would be consensual then. I mean, then what
That's
would you
my
call the
argument.
cops on?
That's my argument. I mean, look, I'm not an advocate for just being aggressive.
No, I don't know. I don't know, random, because you did just ask if it was her talking. You didn't say nothing to her, like whatever. But what I'm saying is, why would anybody even want to go on this motherfucker's panel? I don't even know, man.
And hoping they don't call the police. I'm just trying to figure out this uncharted territory, less than rape,
I mean, the
that you
thing is,
considered some kind of an assault.
if you're in a public, most public places are decent, and if they see like a girl, woman, like a young woman, whatever, you can kind of tell body language too. Like if the guy's being like really,
No,
you might
it's
see
terrible,
it,
man.
and
It's
then
terrible.
most people will say something
I can't even believe they're talking and saying nothing.
like, hey, or try to like divert the situation just in general.
Well, how
I
about
just feel
this?
like
Do you think that sometimes guys get charged with crimes because it's, consensual sex remorse?
On times, well, especially when he brings up your friend SG, and and then you're like, oh wow, look, tonight he's got her face on his thumbnail, and then you still go up on the panel, like, you didn't know, like, oh, I didn't even know he had your face on it. How did you not know? Isn't that what fucking popped up? I mean, like, come on now.
And the only way out of it is to file a complete police report like it was all his fault.
I mean, I
Is that
don't
still
know if
happening?
What is up with these fucking bitches? These are a bunch of dumb motherfucking bitches. Well, I'll tell you what, random. He probably wouldn't let you talk because he wouldn't let me talk tonight. Wants to put my face up there and then thinks he ain't gonna get fucking. I don't even know what this fucking lunatic thinks.
Because
I-
I
I think
see a lot of
it does.
rape charges not falling through.
I don't. I mean, I can't tell you because like I've never met anybody. Like
Oh my God, Michelle, why don't you just go to your husband? Aren't you guys having a baby? Shouldn't you be joyous? What is going on with you?
something like that, just because.
But as far as I know, and I could be wrong, but
It
when you
takes a
do
lot.
like rape, like there's a different
It takes a lot.
presentation medically between rape and consensual sex.
It's consensual, not conceptual. Okay, buddy? Why don't you shut your fucking non-vagina having mouth. You couldn't get it up unless the other person had a penis, dude. Why don't you just fucking admit it? All this derogatory sex talk and shit. Everybody knows you're in the closet, okay? You're not fooling anybody into thinking that you're a man who gets it up over women. You have never, good night, random. You have never, ever, ever gotten hard over a woman that wasn't being degraded, like the prawn star that you were hooked on that took her own life. Can't remember her name right now, but you did say it. She was big in the 70s, and you hated dates because you were like, I don't want to hold hands with you. I want to get home and whack off. That was you. And ironically, wow, you were just watching that lady. She didn't even know you, and she took her own life. I mean, you're around people and they just die. You're the fucking kiss of death. You're a monstrosity. Your parents hated you because you're the worst. You don't even speak about your parents or your family as if there's any love in you. There's nothing in you that shows any love or anything. Like, you're a fucking loser, dude.
Facts, isn't it?
Well, yeah, oh yeah. Well, not only medically, but like it takes the problem is
These people are talking to a guy who's been harassing a woman who was fighting cancer, who did nothing to him. Harassing a woman who questioned him about, interviewing. So what he thought was the right thing to do was to park outside of her house and park outside of her kids' school and take pictures and put them up so she would know he was stalking her. A guy who asked a woman for pictures, like older woman who's not going to be sending out pictures of herself in a bikini. Self-admittedly says he harassed her daughter's work because Ollie wouldn't send him pictures of herself in a bikini. Okay? This guy self admits he's nothing but a loser piece of living shit. And he just got lucky because either himself or somebody jealous of him decided they'd wax some of the girls that he interviewed, my opinion. And then this motherfucker went and said, "Oh, you think that scares me from going down there doing interviews? I'll give you better than that. I'll post on Reddit about the girls dying, and that'll make the videos get millions of views." So every time he said to these women, "I'll tell you what, if the video makes anything, I'll give you some of it." But perhaps he was giving it to Nitty. Nitty likes to run around and keep bragging that he's T-Boy's ass. He's T-Boy's that. I don't even know what that means. Fucking, what does that mean? That you're like Uncle Tom? I don't know. He's sucking his dick? I have no clue. I guess Cindy Infinity just put something up about whatever. You or something. Cindy Infinity. Oh no, you put it up. Okay, I don't know. That's you, Amanda. Might be. I apologize.
When it happens to women, they usually don't run and tell the police, and I'll tell you why.
No, I know.
Not right
I've
away,
heard of this.
because there's a lot of like shame, guilt. They might think it's their fault, because society, like, it's a major thing. So
And
there's
that's
a
where
lot
this
of things where
conversation
people
started. Right.
don't report it right away. It might take them a couple. They might have to ask somebody. They might go to like a trusted person.
Well, they don't report it right away because, I mean, what? You ever see the movie Big Girls Don't Cry? Was it Big Girls Don't Cry or Boys Don't Cry? Is it Boys Don't Cry? Big Girls Don't Cry? Boys Don't Cry? With, girl from, oh my God, she was in Insomnia and that boxing movie with, Clint Eastwood. And it's a true story about a girl. Chloe Savini was in it. True story. I think it was Minnesota, Missouri, somewhere like that. Missouri. I want to say Missouri. Boys Don't Cry. Right? Is it boys? Girls Don't Cry? What is it? You know what I'm talking about, right? And a true story. Got RIP. And reported to the police. Boys Don't Cry. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. And Branson, right? There was Brandon, right? Brandon was a name. Yep, Brandon. And the police, you know how many DNA rate test kits are back the fuck up? You have to pay to get your own RAPE test kit tested. Tina Brandon, yep, exactly, random. And that's a true story. Those cops did her real dirty. Real dirty. And they costed the life of 3 people. Did those cops ever get any kind of repercussion? I think I should look into that. I should. Random. I should research to see if those cops that went to those people that she had said, I mean, the bottom line is if it doesn't, and in the majority of cases, you want to talk percentages, Tom. How many percent? Tom, you're talking for your own personal pleasure right now. Not because you're getting off on the whole RAPE thing, but because you like to degrade Michelle. Right, Rana? Look at the kid they returned to Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was shocked that the cops returned him because they thought they were homosexual lovers. And no matter what those women said, or the blood pouring out of the kid's head, Conarac Sensamperson, or something like that. Yeah, return. And do you know, random, that if they'd have run Jeffrey Dahmer's name, they would have found out that he was on probation for offenses against his brother. Those cops rose through the ranks, ended up with a nice pension. They didn't even like ever skip a fucking beat. He ate that kid within an hour after them returning him. And Tom, a person the likes of Tom, a person, well, I have a video up about it, counteracts and Tom person and the cops and everything that went on. I have a video up. And this motherfucker wants to call me a kook as if my channel had something to fucking do with him. It didn't. I did officer involved shootings and injustices of things. I've done a lot of research into this. What I'm hearing here is some guy now who's like talking about the only reason why he's even doing this to Michelle is because Michelle is supposed to be pregnant and has a husband. This feminine fuck, impotent piece of shit, okay? Hiding in plain sight predator, in my opinion, is emasculating your husband and you're helping him do it every time you're up there, Michelle. So your husband, Eric, it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't have interest in someone else. I mean, you're a pretty girl, Michelle, and you don't seem to be like a slut or anything like that. But you got some kind of fucking problem. Like either your hubby treats you like shit, or you treat him like shit, or you both treat each other like shit, and now you're pregnant. Well, maybe the hubby don't care either. But this motherfucker, this narcissist fucknut, TPM, as he calls himself, tiny penis man, fucking emasculates him and talks to her like she's a whore. And the other two he has no interest in because he knows those two would fucking bend over for him any his impotent dick that he couldn't even fucking fuck him with in a second. You know, Stephanie, when people snort when they laugh, it's because they're laughing so hard and then they snort and it's not their regular laugh. You'll snort and then the laugh is over and it's like, nah, that ain't how it works, lady. Robin, you seem okay. You're not annoying me that much. Stephanie annoys me because she fucking giggles away at. Michelle annoys me because if she's got a husband who doesn't want anything to do with her, if she is pregnant, are you going to get the fuck off Tom's 7-hour derogatory live streams? Like, at what point do you stop thinking that you're Barbie and made out of plastic or Cindy Lou Who and realize you're too smart for Tom? I hear you like questioning him in ways, but at what point are you gonna fucking? I mean, maybe but he's just getting real annoying. Like, it would be real satisfying to loads of women everywhere, Michelle, if you said to him, you know what? I never said I fucked 100 guys. I never said I did this and did this. I'm tired of you hypothetically speaking of me like I'm some fucking whore. Michelle, does that ever occur to you to say to this fucking douchebag? This douchebag that still won't admit that he fucks Marty? And he's pissed that Marty's wife wants him to move the fuck out, so now he's pulling the depression card.
So they'd be like, this just happened to me. What should I do? I need some support. I'm
Right.
scared.
And
I
what
just got
just happened,
violated.
right?
You know,
Yeah, but you're talking about, once
Right.
again,
The
now
sense
we
of
went back to,
violations,
now
but
we
so
went
really
back,
we're explaining the violation now. What,
yeah, we
you know,
went
how
back to,
does one
we
feel
went back to
violated?
a criminal act.
right.
Well, how about you, Tom? Why don't you get the fuck out of that woman's house? She don't want you there fucking her husband anymore. Sucking his dick. She's done with Marty having his mistress being you. Marty needs to fucking shit or get off the pot. Oh, is it her money? Who knows? Maybe it is. You're a fucking douchebag loser, buddy.
The problem I have problems with is the less than the criminal act.
Well, like I said,
You don't
when
think
I
it
got,
should have happened,
when
but
I,
you still consented.
Get out of that woman's house. She said she wants to use the room for something. Get the fuck out of Marty's wife's house. You fucking interloper.
I mean, what woman out there hasn't been fucked that you wish you could have taken back?
Everyone that's been with you. Everyone that's been with you. I am positive of it. Yeah, Marty, why? What's the fuck, man? Divorce your wife and let her fucking move on, buddy. Get rid of your fucking lover living in the house. Shit or get off the pot. You and Tom are gonna fucking gallop off into the fucking sunset with each other and let your wife get somebody she deserves. And you're gonna fucking pay her alimony. You're not gonna have Tom sitting there who's gonna eventually, in my opinion, offer. It's gonna fucking lady's gonna end up dead. Then the neighbor's wife end up dead. Didn't Marty's daughter's fiance end up dead? Didn't Marty's wife end up driving over their dog or something like that? This motherfucker comes around, you can guarantee shit's gonna be dead, in my opinion. Because he's pure through and through evil. There's nothing good about him. I bet you his parents weren't alcoholics until after they realized what a fucking devil they had created together. Either that or they were alcoholics while she was drinking while she was pregnant, and this motherfucker's got fetal alcohol syndrome. Or whatever the fuck he's got, it shouldn't be on social media. 15 people within the realm of this skank were dead within a month. If that was anybody, the cops would be doing their job and figuring it out. But for some fucking reason, everybody pussyfoots around this fucking skank. But I came up on your panel tonight and you showed what a lacking, ballless spineless, nothing. Everybody suspected you always are. Anyway. SG comes up on your panel and you exclude her, you have nothing to say, but you want to use the now you've just chosen a battle that you probably shouldn't have. Probably shouldn't have, little fucking closet boy.
It doesn't work that way with guys. It's all a notch on the deadbolt. But it doesn't mean it's a
Marty
crime.
owns a business in a town. Do they know about his preferences, buddy? And how he's your sugar daddy? Is it some kind of construction business? Is he supposed to have you? A butt buddy? Is he supposed to have you there? While fucking around his wife, that's her house. Get the fuck out, you fucking lactating, fucking want to steal the breast milk from babies, loser, infantilism, motherfucker.
This is my argument.
Well, then
I'm
it's
not
not a
an
crime. If
advocate
it's
for
consensual,
aggressive, unwanted sex.
if it's consensual, then it's
Michelle, you sound like a fucking bumbling motherfucking idiot.
sex with you. Is this why you bringing this up so much?
No, but I have had a couple instances where I've had women like give me a hard time.
Afterwards? Oh, okay.
Really? Because you suck in bed, gave them syphilis, talked shit about them. They didn't want to have sex with you in the first place. Almost killed them. What is it, Tom? If you've had the percentage of 95% of the women who've had sex with you have given you a problem and you're one guy, see, one woman having a 5% ratio of people making inappropriate advances is far less than one man saying he's had a couple of incidences where women have done that. Because I'll tell you what, that don't happen to everybody, motherfucker. It doesn't. Okay? You don't get a couple of women making accusations unless you're fucking guilty, you prevert, molester, in my opinion, fucker. Okay?
I mean,
Your face will be on this thumbnail, by the way, skank.
honestly, man. I mean, I
You don't come off as a type that would just like goes. You know what I mean? Like I think.
Oh, Michelle. Now you become a fucking absolute bimbo right there. Why don't you just suck his dick and get it over with? Honest to God. Just suck his dick and get it over with. That tiny thing. It's like a toothpick. You got something stuck in your teeth, go right ahead. Go see Tom. Toothpick Tommy. Go right ahead. Hey, Tom. Do you actually have the endurance to go up against me? I'll rip you apart, fucker. I've been waiting for you to fucking challenge me too lately. I know you watch, and I knew it, and I said it anyway. Put my face in your thumbnail. Fucking, you're done.
can tell it like it is, man. I mean, I think, you know, for not like being like a good-looking guy or something. I mean, I think
you're not a good-looking guy. I don't think you're even a guy. You're just an asexual, limp, tiny dick. Nothing.
Yeah, I think if somebody told you no, you'd be like,
I've never had any problems getting girlfriends.
Right.
And for some reason, I had like decent like women that liked me a lot more than I liked them.
Because you're a homosexual, in my opinion. that doesn't want to come out of the closet. Now, I have no problem with homosexuals. Come out of the closet. Just tell everybody you and Marty are lovers.
I had a few of them like do weird fucking shit. Let me give you an example. So when I went to college, I transferred to this 4-year thing. You know, I was fucking around, bad student, couldn't believe they accepted me, this kind of shit. This isn't some smart guy that decided to get a 4-year degree. I was planning on being a cop.
But you
I got
couldn't
a
pass
2-year
the
I didn't get
fucking
a 2-year
mental
degree.
health exam, huh?
Like some credit hour shorts. These cops said, you know, you really ought to get a 4-year degree.
Enough time.
So I thought, wow, I'm gonna go up to this place. Hopefully, I'm banging out a bunch of fucking pussy. You know, I was watching these like
No, you're a pussy that was getting banged.
college fucking shows and shit.
In the loop.
And I thought, yeah, so I transferred up to this 4-year school. And during the time of getting this degree in criminal justice, I met some local cops. Well, I knew
Dude, you don't have any fucking degree. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're a fucking stalker.
some Greeks that owned a restaurant, and I was tight with them, and I hung out with them, and
Greeks.
you know, knew the wait.
Of course. Of course. Greasing it up a little Greco wrestling there going on, huh? Got your little toga on. They pinning you down, rubbing you down with some grease.
Waitresses and shit. And, one of the owners said one to me, this girl Karen, she said she really likes you. And so I had a girlfriend at the time. She said, so I talked to her. I said, hey, you want to go out with them? She said, yeah. I said, why don't you come over tonight? I was like, yeah, okay, I did that. We went over, and you know, I was banging her for about a month while I had a girlfriend. And we're out one night. My
You
girlfriend.
were banging her for a month while you had a girlfriend. You listen to your fucking ridiculous stories. Banging her head on the headboard to knock her out and make her think fucking what the fuck just happened is abuse, okay?
Friend catches us and follows us. And I'm trying to drop her off at her house, and she won't get out of her car. So I said, well, you get out of the car, I'm going to go drive down to the police department.
Or she won't get out of her car? Oh, you're gonna drive to the police department? Because you're a pussy fuck. Listen to you, you pussy fuck. So somebody that you were fucking around with was now you got caught. Now you're being followed. Now you want to bring her to the police department. You want to leave her to take the fucking brunt of it. You pussy fuck. You're a pussy fuck. Tom Reed, chosen one, WON, pussy fuck, in my opinion.
She said, I don't care, drive down to the police department. So I did. And she gets out, and nothing happens. About 6 months later, there's a detective I know from the police department. And I run into him, and he said, we're bullshit. He said, hey, you know, we had that waitress from this restaurant say that you were sexually harassed her. It's like, what? Who?
The one maybe you were talking about online that said she had big tits and this and that and the other thing? Who wouldn't believe you were doing that? You fucking nasty ass fucking jerking off all the time with calluses on both hands. Your oompa loompa fucking hands. The owner of many magnifying glasses with tweezers just to find it. Who the fuck wouldn't believe you were sexually harassing somebody? You're a fucking predator, in my opinion.
And this is back in like the 70s. And he said, I knew you, and it sounded like bullshit, and the case is signed.
Oh, gee. Could that be why women aren't reporting it? Because the old men's club and you were allowed in it? This thing? How many dicks were you sucking?
Was assigned to me. So I just dropped it.
So I just dropped it. Gee, don't know why more women wouldn't be reporting sexual assault when they know the person who's assaulting them buddies with the cops and this, that, and the other thing. You're a fucking loser, and I intend to expose you.
I thought that is fucking bullshit.
You want to put depression in your title? tonight. Expect to put extra, 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 extra depression every day, motherfucker.
I'm thinking about being a police officer. And this fucking broad has filed a report at this police department. And I'm very good friends with the guys that own the restaurant that she still works at. So what did I do? I fucking sued her. Because she.
Are you at this motherfucking skank? This is a skank. This is a skank. Thank you, Randa. This is a skank. This is a skank that will be exposed like he's never exposed himself to people who didn't want to be looking at what he's exposing them to ever before. I swear to God. Buddy, you fuck up.
Made a false police report. She slandered and libeled my name, which I didn't.
I love that you said that. Yay, buddy. Yay, buddy. Expect that in return, skank. Expect that in return, skank.
I didn't expect to get any money out of it. So about 6 months after that, she had to write an apology letter and retracted what she said.
You fucking piece of living shit. You smell like your diapers through the screen.
Dead. And they weren't going to charge her with filing a false police report. And the
Oh.
whole thing went away.
Well, let me tell you, I got a problem with the fact that cops are the ones who make the decision if they want to charge somebody with filing a false police report. Because when somebody files a false police report against you, it's serious shit. But if you want to say, no, but I could be in jail right now if you didn't have those cameras to look at, or if I didn't have 2 black eyes to prove that this guy is the fucking abuser. You know, I want to file, I want to charges filed against the person for filing a false police report. Oh, well, we don't want to do that. Where do they get the fuck, where do they get off on that shit? Now, we got this fucking loser here who is, in my opinion, got the kiss of death.
Now this cop, who was a good guy, ended up meeting a waitress about 25 years younger than him.
Yeah, he sounds like a great guy. What's he, fucking somebody the same age as his kid or what?
Great guy. His name was Jeff Muchler. Super good guy.
Somebody write that down. I'm going to write that down. Jeff Muchler. Glad that you just put him out there. So he buried. You guys were friends. Okay. Okay. Just wrote it down. I'll be looking his ass up.
He was always giving me advice about what police departments to apply to. You know, he wished he had a 4-year degree, all this kind of shit. I mean, things were looking.
Wished he had a 4-year degree. The fuck did your 4-year degree get ya? You're a fucking skank, dude. You ever get back your fucking license to carry? Because I can make sure it's gone a second time. Who do you think got it taken away the first time? Fuck not. Yours truly, fucker. You know why? Because you're mentally unstable, in my opinion. And you shouldn't have a license to carry. Trust and believe it can be done again. Especially with your feelings on suicide.
Pretty good. And, you know, he got married to this younger girl, and, you know, that lasted about a year, and I don't know what really happened. He came home one day after he retired as a detective, shot her between the eyes, and killed himself.
So your point is, if I look him up, am I gonna find that story? Was he mentally sane? That was your buddy? Oh, great, great, lovely. So this woman's life, you got to sexually harass, and because of your mentally unstable, fuck not cop friend, Jeff Muchler, allegedly, he decides he can just run around and fuck around, right? And so do you. Calling me a kook because I get cancer. Go fuck yourself, you fucking skank.
Oh fuck.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Why?
It pissed me off. I felt at the time that, if I was going to try and get on the police department, they got checking around. Which of course, they do. It's like, well, what's this shit of the sexual harassment? Well, if I sued her civilly and she was forced to retract that, and the police department think it was, now today you couldn't do that. If somebody files a police report about me, but it all came down to me banging her on the side.
You know what? Shut the fuck up. That ain't what happened, and you know it, you lying skank. That ain't what happened, and you know it, you lying skank. You know it. You know it. I could sue the shit out of you civilly. If you think I couldn't, let's wait and see.
And not getting rid of my girlfriend and dating her. I've had that happen, stuff like that happen, probably 3 or 4 times.
The percentage of guys who have had something like that happen is, I mean, once is, most people are, I'm telling you, huh? You're a fucking lying skank. You are no great catch. There's nothing that a woman is going to be wanting to fucking. You don't even have any kids. Why? 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 Are you shooting blanks, you fucking loser? You're a fucking loser. Get it through your loser fucking head that all you should just be doing is taking your fucking antidepressants and drinking yourself away. That's it. That's all you got, dude. All you got. All you got. And if your buddy Michelle doesn't take care of her baby when she has it, she's gonna be a fucking negligent parent, and she's gonna need to watch herself. So if she's spending all this time up there with you, having a baby, that's negligent. She want to watch and check herself too, because maybe she shouldn't be a parent if you're still of her main fucking importance. But we'll see, because I don't even know if that shit's true. She don't talk about it. She still lets herself get totally, annihilated as a person. I can't even believe these women. Like Robin looks like she's asleep. Who knows what Stephanie's doing?
This isn't like top-notch fucking women. These are like kind of like okay, nothing great, but it was easy.
Are you hearing this right now? Are you hearing this ugly fucker that was bald at 22 talking right now? Bald at 22. This ugly motherfucker, Tom Reed, chosen one, CHOSENWON. Loser, in my opinion.
And you did it. I had the same fucking shit happen with when I got I got an Indiana police department, Indiana.
Because you're a fucking predator. You're a predator, in my opinion. Everybody's gonna know, motherfucker. Everybody's gonna know.
State Indiana private detective, like
Stalker.
And I'm filling out this fucking bullshit, and I'm talking to this girl on the phone all the time. She's the director of the private detective division in Indiana. Well, the red flag was she thought I was cute, which is like,
Yeah.
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 And we talked, and she had a nice voice. Long story short, she got sick and was off for about a week, and I got talking to a coworker, and I'm trying to figure out.
You're an idiot. You know that Edmund Kemper, who killed his paternal grandparents when he was 15, just because he wanted to know how it felt to kill somebody, actually went to police academy. And the only reason why they didn't pass him in police academy, the police, was because of his size. I believe he was like 6'7", 6'8", and he was huge. His mother was tall, his father was tall. It was like a family of giants, okay? And so, I mean, they had let him out at 21. The mother begged. She said, please don't let him out. Please. And look at the size of him now. I was scared of him when he was 8. I'm fucking terrified of him when he's 21. But they let him out. They let him go to the police academy. They even taught him how to shoot, his weapon of choice, when he murdered people. Okay? This guy literally would call the police and say, I'm a murderer. And they thought he was joking. He'd already been a murderer. How does a person who was in jail for being a murderer call the police and say, I'm a murderer? And the police say, you're kidding. And then yuck it up with him at police bars. Take him on, they kept him abreast of their investigation and everything. They loved him. The only reason he didn't make it into the police force is because of his size, not because he was a fucking unstable motherfucker and killer that was well aware that he was. He killed his mom and then performed lewd acts with her head after he chopped it off. Killed her best friend, too. Called, said he did it. I thought he was joking. Kept calling. I'm not kidding. Finally, they came. I mean, this fuck turd thinks that this behavior that he's talking about hasn't been seen before in other serial killers. Ted Bundy represented himself. He knew the law quite well. Tom, are you fucking stupid putting my face in your thumbnail? I'm gonna rip you the fuck apart virtually. I'm going to expose you for what dirt you are. Okay?
Or what this fucking broad looks like. I'm trying to, back then, like Facebook wasn't a big deal.
You want to talk about being civilly sued? Get ready.
The girl was a sweetheart and said, she's big. It's like, how big? Like, 5'11", 350. It's like, no fucking way. No fucking way.
This fucking guy's a loser and a half. And everybody's going to know. 184,000 people better know. And they better check themselves of what they subscribe to. Otherwise, it's indicative of what they enjoy. And missing loyalty, that is why I unmodded you. Because I'm ready to bring hell fire down on this fuck dude. You don't just mod for me. We're friends. He asked you about that, and you should have said, yes, we're friends. Not, but, I'm not really ever there. I mean, like, why the fuck would I have modded you then, huh? You knew exactly who you were offering $50 to. Oh, I'm good by my word. So you'd give $50 to some fucknut? I like you a lot, Miss Loyalty, and I really admire and respect your grandmother, but I think you're really missing loyalty.
So I'm applying for this goddamn private detective license and I'm not getting it. And they start sending me all this bullshit. You haven't filled this stuff out on time. This, that, this. It finally
That
got
ain't bullshit. It's protocol, you fucking ignorant thinking you're entitled. Fuck.
down to the point where this fucking broad is taking my shit and throwing it in the fucking trash because I'm not coming down there like I said I would.
Yeah, it's all because because she's 350 pounds. Has nothing to do with that. You thought you were entitled to be a fucking dick that fucking can't get a hard on, you impotent motherfucker. You and Marty better come out of the closet. Get the fuck out of that woman's house. I swear to God, buddy, you're in for it. He's having tacos, fuck
So
turd.
at the time, you had to have a sponsor.
Fucking loser.